Hi, my name is Womp Rat, and today we're going to be playing some Orcs Must Die 2, part 11 of our Trapless experiment with the Sorceress. Today's level is Upstairs, Downstairs. Alright guys, now, if you have been watching my co-op partner's videos, this is where things are going to kind of go on a divergence, as this is where things get a little bit different. Now my co-op partner, Stephen Kenobi, used barricades here to do this in one take. I am going to try to one take this without barricades, and doing this as well as my Warmage. So far, I have given the edge to the Sorceress, as well. She has done better in pretty much every single arena except for Precipice. She did better in passages, and she totally walloped my poor Warmage in corridors, being able to handle that level single-handedly, no barricades, and get a 5 skull along with Untouchable. So we're gonna hope to see how well the Sorceress ends up doing versus the Warmage. So far, it's quite easy. You have your stock bland vanilla orcs, and they are not hard at all. A lot of back and forth in this level, a lot of mirroring. There is one random wave in here where everything's going to be on the right-hand side of the screen if you're looking out from the rift, or on the north end of the map if you're looking at the mini-map. And that actually is the only way that does not mirror. It's actually quite odd. It almost feels like there should have been like 13 waves, but they got to the 13th wave and decided no, 13 is just a bad number to have. So having more mana does not mean more problems. In fact, it means more killing. And more killing is, of course, better. We have this little orc running away from us. No, you cannot escape your fate. Alright, so we have sappers, and there's going to be a lot of this in upstairs, downstairs. Now, it's called upstairs, downstairs because we do have a rift down here on the bottom, and we have a rift up on top. I'm going to go ahead and hide back here, as some of the architecture does not block arrows produced by these orc archers. And they're very annoying. Now, this wave, yeah, they are going to head for this downstairs rift. Some of the orcs, it's based on wave, will go upstairs or they will go downstairs. And so, we have our level name. We've got 50 rift points, and I don't think that we'll be losing that many. It's mostly going to be kobold runners that we have to deal with, and since we have this nifty wand, I'm not really that worried about it. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and hide here because this is a mirror of the last wave, and we don't like archers. We don't want to get hit. I want to avoid that. Alright, so again, it is a downstairs wave just because it is a mirror of last wave, and they tried to go downstairs last wave. Eventually they will mix things up and have some things trying to get in downstairs and other things bypassing you while you're busy with that going upstairs. Thankfully, there are quite a few stairs that the orcs have to climb, plus a nice walk to the upstairs rift. So not too worried about that right now. Mostly worried about not getting hit and worried about catching those kobolds. Now, this is one of those waves I told you about that I just got done explaining. We got some awesome fun stuff here. Just going to go ahead and freeze him and start off. Now, I do have one benefit in playing the Sorceress that I didn't have when I was going through on my Warmage, and that is the Ice Amulet, and that thing has been very handy. But with the limited mana that the Warmage starts with, I really don't think it would have made much of a difference for a lot of the levels where I've outshined the Warmage. Alrighty, just making sure that we're done there. Gonna go ahead and head upstairs using our quick travel portal that I think this is the first one that we've actually had access to. Actually, no, there's one in Hidden Gulch that we did not use at all. Was never any need to use that one, but this one is quite handy. Allows us to go from downstairs to upstairs in the blink of an eye. So of course, you know, this side is now going to be the mirror of last side. So we're going to have the kobolds over on this end. We're going to go ahead and kill off those archers on the other side. And now there are sappers incoming, so we're going to go ahead and use our wand to just kind of, you know, put down a curtain of suppressive fire and make sure that we don't get exploded. I'm going to go ahead and put up the lightning cloud there and get some of the shields off these guys, because those shields actually absorb one attack. Doesn't matter how small or how big, those shields will stop one attack flat in its tracks, regardless if it's magic or what. Regardless if you attack them from behind or from the front or from the side that they aren't, you know, using the shield, it doesn't matter. It just signifies that they're shielded from one attack. Alright, wave 9. I believe this is the weird wave that is never repeated. So we only have to worry about this particular door, and it's very vanilla right now. Just one-shot orcs, as far as the eye can see. Of course, most of them have burned to ash. And we've got archers on the way, so we're going to go ahead and hide back here, let them step out a little bit, and just kill them because we don't want to get hit. And again, those shields, you know, prevent them from, you know, getting burned. It's a little weird. I've had some discussions with my co-op partner, Saban Kenobi, and talked about some of the things in this game that, you know, there are some things that really make sense, and then there are other things that just make no sense whatsoever. And, you know, shooting an orc in the back of the head with a crossbow when he's got a shield doesn't make sense that he drops the shield and takes no damage. Or, you know, walking through fire, or an electric storm, you know, that big metal shield, and, you know, yeah, some things don't make sense. Other things make perfect sense, like, you know, ice flyers being immune to ice damage. But that is another thing altogether. We're going to go ahead and head these guys off and kill him off. Go ahead and use our quick travel and pop down at the bottom with, you know, so much time to regen our mana. Haven't had to use our mana trinket or our rift defenders at all, so looks like we're going to have a fire ogre first. Let's go ahead and freeze him in place, pull out our crossbow, make quick work of him, light him on fire, and just let him be, because they're going to go upstairs and these guys are going to come downstairs. So let's go ahead and get rid of them and get rid of these guys. Yeah, not really too worried about that. And our Frost Ogre, as you can see, is just making that corner now. You know, making quick work of him. Having that tri-elemental, the lightning, fire, and ice is very nice, especially when you have the mana pool to actually use it. Having all that extra mana is great. Okay, so these guys are going to go down, which means that we have to kind of guard the rift. Now, I'm kind of borrowing a trick I used from my Warmage, which was the double flame shield, only I used it on sappers, and it's much more effective in that regard. So kill off these guys. We have 2 ogres on each gate, 1 fire, 1 ice coming through. Let's go ahead and freeze him. Now the ice ogre is unaffected, but we're going to go ahead and make quick work of the fire one. Light the ice one on fire. He's dead. Not going to have time to pick up his coin, but we are going to score some headshots here, hopefully. Recoup some of that mana. And headshot him to death. And that's that. That is upstairs, downstairs, 5 skulls. And I believe we didn't get hit, so let's go ahead and check that out. Yep, untouchable and trapless. Again, kind of one up in my Warmage. Warmage actually got hit on this. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you liked it, go ahead and like it. If you want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to do so. Anyhow, until next time, my name is Womp Rat, signing off.